Well, hello, Facebook group. Hey, listen, 2 minutes to your success with, and I know he's always, I always gonna be here, Dr. Clark, Jeffrey Clark. Hello, sir. What do we have for today? I think you're going to talk about somebody who you look a lot alike. You got the beard and the hair.
Yeah, one of my big mentors in life was Dr. Jim Sigafoose. And if you guys out there don't know Sigafoose, you gotta find out who that was. We lost him a few years ago, but he was a mainstay in the chiropractic profession for decades and decades, and a big influence in my life. And he used to tell a story of the ship, the captain, and the crew. And this ties into what I'm doing with the rapid reprogramming of emotional stress technique, and helping chiropractors that way. But the ship, this is your earth suit is your ship, your body, and then you have the mind. You have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, and the conscious mind is the captain, and the captain gives the orders, and the crew obeys the captain. They don't question the captain. There's no mutinies going on here. So whatever the captain says, the crew has to do. So we have the ship, the captain, and the crew. Well, your conscious mind too often uh, gives negative commands because of that negative self-talk that oftentimes we're not even aware we're doing it. I'm not good enough. I'm not, it's they can do that, but you don't know what's going on in my life. I suffer from this and that. I'm only so good. They can see 500 a day. I can only see 50 a week. All these things, this chatter that's in our head, and then over time, your crew says, okay, I will make that come true. I take the orders. I don't question. We talked about the subconscious mind in a previous video. The crew just follows through with what the captain tells it to do. And if you have that negative self-talk going on, then you're going to have negative outcomes. And so we have to change what the captain is telling the crew and rewire the crew and stop all those things that are over days, weeks, months, years, decades in our lives where we've really built those ruts in the brain. We need to smooth those out, and build new neural pathways, change our emotional engrams so that we can have more successful outcomes. And that's what we do with rest. And once again, I invite any of your members to have a complimentary consultation with me, and again, offering discounts on any work that they want to do because of our longstanding relationship, Dave.
Thank you. You know what you said, it brought a picture in my mind, and I like to use examples that stick with you. When you said cover up, I'm sure people out there have tried to cover up many of these, what do we call them before? Landmines. They explode, and they shove everything under the rug, cover it up. And what happens when you have a big bump under a big rug? You trip over it, right? And you fall. So how many people, because they covered it up and have all this stuff hidden but not taken care of and removed from their life or their brain, keep tripping them up and tripping them up. I'm going to do it. Boom. And that just reinforces, okay, well, I guess I can't do it. Well, I'm going to do it. Up, trip, boom. And that just keeps reinforcing it. And well, it's kind of like a good parallel, would you say? Chiropractic. These people are taking pills. Oh, all you're doing is covering it up. You're just covering it up. That's why it keeps coming back and I keep taking the pills. Well, chiropractic addresses the cause. And this is what you're doing with your work, is you're addressing the causality of the problem and not just covering it up.
Exactly. Right. We need to address the cause, uh, and the cause oftentimes for most people is that paradigm that was built into our subconscious brain from childhood, and that becomes an essence of who we are. And we go to all these different seminars and events. We're gonna grow. We're gonna change. Monday is gonna be different, and Monday might be different mentally, but then by Friday we're back to who we were before. You know,
Mhm.
it's the same thing with New Year's resolutions. We have good intentions. There's nobody out there that doesn't set a resolution without intending to follow through. but we know that most of those only last 2 or 3 weeks. So we're looking for permanent, substantial change.
Mhm.
That can be very easy in some cases, but it takes work, effort,
Right.
and consistency. Just
Work,
like
effort, and consistency.
changing
That's
our
yeah.
nervous system with chiropractic. You can't go in with a lifetime of chronic subluxation and get adjusted once and think the world's going to be, wonderful from there on out. I mean, we see those miracle cases from time to time, but most people need, some sort of ongoing care. And that's what we need is to work and reprogram and start thinking, telling the captain, telling the crew something a little bit more appropriate towards success.
Mm, mm. No, very well said. So we treat the cause because it's the right thing to do. I'm trying to make a pun on word cause it's the right thing to do. 2 C's, but no, that's awesome, and I'm glad that we brought chiropractic into the mix because it is Palmer's birthday, Dr. Palmer's birthday today, right?
Palmer's birthday.
Yep. Amen.
1845. And speaking of Sigafoose, when he was seeing 2,000 people a week, he didn't know names. He knew, C1 and C2. That was all he knew. All the women in his practice were called sis, and all the guys in his practice were named cuz. How you doing today, cuz? How you doing, sis? Yeah, I'd go to his events and he'd just stop talking and say, my son just showed up. And he'd come over, give me a big hug. And yeah, he was a special man.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's many out there listening that really, are relating to that. Some of those pillars like him and Reggie and all them are gone. So we need the philosophy to continue on. Well, sorry, I went over a little bit 2 minutes. Sometimes it's 2 minutes plus, we might say, but I think it's very important the message you have, and I very much appreciate it. So once again, remember, respond. He do a free consultation. And just talk with Doc. He's a wealth of knowledge, and he's here to serve and to give out of abundance to you. So thank you very much, Dr. Clark. And we'll see you next time on
All right.
2 Minutes to Your Success.
See you
Bye-bye.
guys.